to get you moving a little bit. So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
let's start off with some jumping jacks. Nice and light. Hands up, feet together. You're just going for time on this one. I don't necessarily want to see everyone pushing pedal to the metal of this. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, ready, set, go.
Nice. You good?
Uh-huh. And time. All right, feet apart. Bend them as much as you can in the horse stance. Clasp your hands like this. So in front of you. All you're doing is trunk twisters. Feel free to pivot your feet as you go back and forth. Please go slow on these. Good, and time. Big arm circles forward.
Spinning.
And backwards. All right, really testing if you're awake. One forward, one back. And switch. 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 All right, time. Front to back. Give yourself a nice hug. And all the way back. All right. Relax. Shake out your arms a little bit. Okay, now we got to do some legs. Run in place. Go. All right, switch for running. Footwork. Set. Moving around. You can switch sides. You don't have to have your hands up because I want you relaxing a little bit. Not too much. You don't want to be too relaxed. You moving around. Good. All right. Hopefully your legs are a little warm. One foot on the floor like this. Just ball of your foot on the floor. And rotating your ankle. Sir. Nice and slow. I don't want to see any sprained ankles from stretching. You got to make it through today. Sir. And go the other way. Sir. And switch to the leg. Sir. Here's some pops. Good. Switch other way.
Yes, sir.
As long as the popping doesn't hurt.
They're definitely not for me. So definitely.
Right. All right. Feet together. Hands on knees. And switch the other way. Good. All right. Everyone stand up. Shake out your legs. All right. Let's just try to get your brain warmed up a little bit this morning. So, hands up, feet together. I think everyone has done this before. What you're going to do is jumping jack. Get a jumping jack. Cool. Go outwards. Punch. Back. Jumping jack. Punch. Back. Jack. Punch. Let's see who's awake this morning. Or at least who's waking up. Got Mr. Thompson, pedal to the metal over there. Got got some other secondary candidates. Good. All right, and freeze. Breathe. You never have to go as fast as the instructor, but if you want to, you can. All right. Do this one with me. Ready? Hands up, feet together. So up. And then go. Ready?
Trying to get some of the folks through.
Yes, I was.
It's hard to get through.
Just to get you slightly stretched out to be moving around. Doing some swing kicks up in front of you. Starting out nice and low. Working your way up. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
There. Go.
Computer.
All right. Make sure you've done the other leg if you haven't done it yet.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. All right. All right, put your arms out in front of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, zombie roll. All right. Crystal. Nice and even. Roll on the arm. Now crack the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Plastic cells. And switch other way.
You'd be in trouble if that was your wrist.
Some people are waking up.
Everyone looks dead.
They've got this. They can do this.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get moving again. Run in place. Go.
Sure.
Okay, you're running through a forest. You're just on a nice jog. Just go on a nice jog through the forest. There happens to be no branches coming your way yet.
Yet.
All right, you hear a sound in the forest behind you. Go a little faster. You don't necessarily want to be near that sound.
Sorry.
All right, you look behind you, see something furry dart by. Go a little faster. There's a log in your way. Jump. Very good, very good, very good. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There's a branch. Stop. Jump. 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 Keep going, keep going.
Sorry.
All right, you look behind you. There's a ferocious mountain lion coming at you. Go, 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 go. You remember, all you gotta do is be faster than the person next to you. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And okay, it's gone. Relax.
Oh,
Just jog it out. You're just jogging again. You're like, it's all good. I'm just good to be jogging. Good. Everyone, time. Sure. All right. Shake out your legs. Okay. Sorry, this one I need straightforward. Sorry, second degree candidates. All right, everyone, go into a horse stance for me. Nice and low. Even if your legs protest a little bit, just get it nice and low, right here. And horse stance stretch, push your knees outwards, keep your back straight, keep your head up. Very good. Just nice and easy, rocking back and forth. Go down to one side, point those toes up. Sir. And switch to the other side. Sir. We're not trying to stay here for too long. This ain't your stretching seminar. And switch back to the other side. Put that foot flat. And switch back to the other side. Sir. And stand up. Let's see, we've got our wrists, shoulders, ankles, back, head, shoulders,
Knees and toes.
what was it? Knees and toes or something like that? I forget what the prep cycle thing was. It was your guys' prep cycle, pretty sure. All right. What's this? Mr. Deacon.
Yes, sir.
I want you to do one warm-up type drill for waking people up.
Yes, sir.
Just one.
This one. Yes, sir. Okay, everybody, to warm up. Now, we can do burpees, but we're going to just start with doing a 10 push-ups.
Yes, sir.
Everybody down. Begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9.
When you're done, stand up.
10.
Yes, sir.
All right, everyone get out your basketball. I don't care if you've ever played basketball or not. Start dribbling. You get dribble. Make sure that you're not double dribbling. That's a no-go. You can't do that one. Just dribbling here. Okay, cool. Take it. Sit down.
Is a foul.
Well, you get a little too, you think you're too good and you start dribbling like this and then you hit it real hard one time and it just bounces right in your face. You learn real fast. All right, you got to pick up your ball. Then you got to go and shoot. Try to get that 3-pointer. Cool. 5 on one side. Go. Boom. 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 Okay, you got more on this side. So here, grab, shoot. Hey, you gotta hop back over to the other side. Grab. All right, now we gotta even it out. So you gotta do one last side. So hop back over. Now the thing is, the basketball hoop, for whatever reason, just started scooting way further back. So you gotta get the ball even further. So ready, go. Very good. Shake out your legs. Shake out your legs. All I want you doing is moving. Breathe in. If you have water nearby, grab it, please. And get a drink. Just grab it. Just grab your water.
Hold on to the water for a second and it's like, feel the water in the bottle. Think about drinking it. Respect the water.
Ooh, we're not doing that.
No. We're done leaning. Don't be that either. I have spare cans if anybody needs. Coconut water, there's coconut.
Hydrating. All right, online. So once you guys are back out of your spots, just nice and slow, high knees. Hands up, roughly chest level. Just come up, tap your hands. Go. This is partially for those in the hand seminar, because I imagine your guys' legs are feeling rather stiff right now.
I go a bit spicy.
Bet your arms are feeling a little stiff too. So we're gonna do some stuff there too.
I see several people out there already for like chest tight.
You got this.
Nail it.
As long as you're moving, all you need to do, get moving. All right, and relax. Take your hands, bring them out in front of you again. Now, splay your fingers out as wide as you can.
Sir.
Wide as you can. So, not just relaxed, but as wide as you can. Good, now close it. Now open it. Close. Open. So you're going from all the way open as wide as you can get it, to closed as tight as you can get it. Even pace, go. You don't need to go super fast. I just want you moving.
Sir.
Oh, that's a fun one.
How many should I?
I don't know if that's necessarily. SpongeBob. Not square. Trying to remember it. All right, relax your arms. Shake it out, shake it out. Mr. Sir, one second. Sir. I want a, I know you guys have done push-ups. And you've done leg stuff. I want something to get legs moving. Get legs. Yes, sir. Nice, slow, squat. Perfect. Sir. I can go. Squat. Squat. Okay. Squat. Okay. Not as high as you can do it. That's easy.
Thank you for all kicking straight in front of me.
Sir.
Good job, guys. Keep it up.
How smiling?
You
Okay, it's going. It's like pops nicely. It doesn't spread out.
Your new one, look.
I hope it's singing. I don't want it to be this long, but I like it.
Oh. There's a ladder drill we used to do. There were lots of fun. And I think you can get your brain moving a little bit. Yeah, you know, you just chuck it across the floor and try to get it all out of one roll. And then we start doing like popping through. Anyways, pop.
Your head go almost
Awesome.
All right. Whenever you're ready. Good. Excellent. All right. Okay. Pretend you have a ladder in front of you. Pretend that it's moving this way while you're just kind of going through it. Make sense?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Everyone has the ladder in front of them?
Sir.
Is that operating this morning? Good, you got it. Okay, excellent. Ready. All you got to do is just hop in and out of squares for a bit. Go.
It's like the people mover at TIA.
Good. People are moving. Looking good. Yes, sir.
Is this it?
You should do that.
Is that it?
That's exactly what we do. That is precisely not what I was actually saying. But I can get to it. All right, relax, relax. Okay, shake out your limbs. Shake out your brain a little bit. A little head massage. Just nice and light. Make sure everything's intact. Yeah. Good, okay. Mr. Thompson, you want to do a rhythm thing, sir? Yes, sir. Do you want arms or legs?
Porque no los dos.
So, this is a paradiddle, diddle. It's a drumming technique. Left, right, left, left. Makes sense?
Sir.
Left, right.
Right out, guys. Try it out. Mr. Woman, try it with your hands.
So, right, left, right, right.
Well, he's going slow. That's the time to join in.
Left, right, 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 left.
All right. Put them together.
Good? Oh, that one sounded excited. So, let's go really slow on this one. Is that good? Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, left.
Take it out.
Remember, guys, you just got to get moving. Just try it.
Sir.
This is just trying to wake you up, get you ready for the day.
Sorry, sir. I ruined you for a second. Sorry, Mr. Wagner.
All right. Let's do something a little easier.
Sorry.
Good.
Say thank you, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you,
At
Mr. Thompson.
least you got to guys thinking.
Boy, that brought fifth grade fans right back.
Cool. All right. Okay. Sadly, we can't use music, but everyone set your left.
Hey.
Cool. Do a punch. Moving forward.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Do another punch. And another punch. And another punch. Okay, go to the right now. 4 punches, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've gone left, we've gone right, and we got a kick.
That's it.
So alternating kicks. 4 of them, go. 1, 2. I like how it popped right into your trick. Okay. Go left, then right, then kicks. Well, you do your kicks, and you gotta get turned. Only thing is, I know myself, I'm not a great dancer, but I want to see some good dance moves when you're turning. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Dance at home.
Just make sure when you're on the dance floor this summer, throwing these punches and these hits to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Don't actually throw solid punches. We want you guys to murder the dance floor, but we don't want you to murder the dance floor. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Ready? Sure. Left 4 times, right 4 times, kicks, then you turn. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn.
Ah, there's some dance moves here.
There you go.
All right, all right, all right. Just keep it going.
All right.
Everyone,
See how long you guys can go.
watch Mr. Wagner's sweet moves right now. Keep it up, guys. I'm seeing lots of good movement out there. I mean, it's tradition, but normally we have music.
Definitely playing Mr. Wagner fast, but I think it's like everyone else. Just projecting them on top of us.
All right, let's see how the other guys are doing. Let's see over here. Keep it going. You're almost done. I haven't said you're done yet. The song never ends.
Never ending song. No, this is the longest song.
Wait, that's wrong.
All right, time. Everyone relax.
Do this.
All right, take a second. Drink some water. Breathe. Go.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you're breathing the whole time, but
Yes, sir.
breathe especially now.
All right, everybody, with those responses a little bit louder now.
Yes, sir.
A little bit
You
louder
should be
now.
a little more.
A little bit louder now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. People, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Everyone at home's like, what is happening? The Ryans are a little fed up.
It's all right. We have to wake up too. So.
All right. I'd have you do more dancing, but it's hard without music. Unless you got the music in your phone.
All right. Let's do this. Another second degree candidate. Let's go with.
Mr. Calvin, you got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, you gotta be loud.
Yes, sir.
I don't want legs this time. I want some arms.
Yes, sir.
Move some arms. We've been moving a lot of. You gotta be able to see it.
Yes, sir.
These guys know you. They know what you're talking about.
We're gonna be doing tap flips. Arms. Oh, yes.
So
Horse
if you want-
dance.
This is Taekwondo.
so if you want
Other arms.
arms with a jump.
Yes, sir. Horse dance.
Yes, sir.
Arms out.
Like, what are arms?
Horses.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Go until I say stop.
Yes, sir.
10 more seconds.
Let you know. You look the happiest.
All right, stand up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Star jumps. 20. 20 star jumps. Go.
Each time you go, yay!
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Horse dance again.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want you to do 20 alternating punches. 1, 2.
Yes, sir.
Go.
Place your lips.
All right, stand up.
Imagine I could leave you going for like another hour or so.
Yes, sir.
Everyone saying, thank you, Mr. Kaplan.
Thank you, Mr. Kaplan.
All right, here's what's going to happen next. We're going to start doing some stretches. While we are doing stretching, the second degree candidates are going to present their own leadership talks. Make sense online? I'm kind of tired of seeing just me. So, online, you're going to be doing your stretching while listening to the second degree candidates. We're going to make sure that we're paying attention. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, first up, arms up, nice and high, and reaching down to your toes. Big deep breath in. As you breathe out, go a little lower. All right, and stand up.
Yes, sir.
Feet apart.
Yes, sir.
And down to the center. And hook it. Good. All right, second degree candidates, you get to choose who goes first. All of you are going to eventually go. But. So, on the next stretch, I want someone to pop up in front of the camera and start their talk. All right. Sit down, butterfly stretch. On this one, I don't want you taking your nose to your toes. I want you to take your knees and just work on getting them to the ground. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. All right. Mr. Martin, you can take center.
Yes, sir. All right. Hi, my name is Isaiah Martin. And this, as I've been doing this test, I've had a lot of time to think about really what my 3 laws of leadership from 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. I've had a lot of time to think about what they really meant and whether or not the speech I originally wrote was truly correct. So last night I was thinking about it and I was processing through, and I realized, so my laws first are the law of influence, the law of empowerment, and the law of legacy, right? So my first law, the law of influence, is all about how I lead other people, right? I can do 2 different kinds of leading. I can be a drill sergeant and just tell them what to do, or I can be like an instructor and a leader and actually invest time into making sure that my students are the best version of themselves. So as I do this, I can't tell my prep cycle students, as prep cycle coordinator, to do something, A, if I can't do it, And B, if they don't respect, if I have not earned their respect as a leader, I do not feel comfortable telling them to do anything, right? I need to have that influence so that people can see me as a leader and be able to do, so that I can teach more effectively. My second law is the law of empowerment, and this actually ties into the law of influence and the law of legacy. If I have no influence, I can't empower people that effectively. It's like, let's say you're in a company and
Stretchers, relax.
you're a worker, and there are two instances. One, a random person from another branch of your office empowers you to do something. Or two, the local CEO of your office empowers you to do something, which is more effective. Well, the local CEO, because it makes you feel more proud when you are empowered by someone that you know and that knows you. So John C. Maxwell talked about in his book that a leader is achieves their best self when they help others do the same. I want to empower other leaders in my prep cycle and in school to be able to really come out of their own shell and show people what they can do as a leader. My last law is the law of legacy. And if you think about, I want to have a legacy of influence and empowerment, in the fact that John C. Maxwell talked about 4 different kinds of legacy. A leader achieves their first level when they achieve on their own. A leader achieves their second level when they help others achieve. And then the leader achieves their third level when they help others achieve with them. And helps others achieve as leaders with them. And then the fourth level is when leaders help other leaders achieve without them. So when I've been thinking a lot about when I'm gone, will I have a legacy of empowerment and influence? Will my students remember me as the person who just yelled at people and told them to do push-ups? Or will I be remembered as the person who really was in the trenches with them, teaching them all the moves, but also just helping them through the process? So those are my 3 laws. I hope you enjoyed it.
For those online, I'm going to make sure that I'm off to the side so you can see me. Just copy whatever stretch I'm doing. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Online, thumbs up if you can hear me. Excellent. Okay. Second degrees from here on, or secondary candidates, not yet. From here on out, I'll let you have a 1-minute warning. Just say 1 minute. Make sense? All right. By next stretch, I want another person up there. Both feet in front. Reaching down.
Hi, my name is Matthew Kapun, and this is my 3 laws of leadership for my secondary black belt. Oh, yes, sir. My first law is the law of the picture. My second law is the law of the inner circle. And my last law is the law of victory. The law of the picture means that if people do what people see, which is if someone sees a leader doing something else, they're most likely to follow what he's doing, he or she is doing. So I believe that the law of the picture relates to me because I have a brother, and whatever he sees me doing, most of the time he will follow my actions. So I must be careful about what I do. My second law was the law of the inner circle. That law's meaning was that a leader is only as strong as those around him. So I believe that it relates to me because with my family, we all had to rely on each other, and we were only as strong as when one of us as everybody else was at that time. Then another example was prep cycle. When one person was going slow, we all had to slow down for him or her. And if one person didn't know the form quite as good as everybody else, we'd all help them. And also we would, and if someone knew the form great, they'd help the people that didn't know the form fantastic. My last law is the law of victory. And that law's meaning what is a leader finds a way for the team to win. And so,
You're doing stuff.
the
Don't pay
law,
attention to me.
yes, sir. I believe that I relate to that law because once during a black belt test, Master Macy put us all into breakout groups. And he said if one person doesn't break their board, nobody in this group will pass. So we all had to cheer each other on to break the board. And we all ended up passing that way. Those were my 3 laws of leadership. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed.
Hello, my name is Jackson Weinbach, and my 3 laws are the law of process, the law of victory, and the law of sacrifice. First is the law of process. Leadership develops daily, not in a day. So when you're leading, when you're leading, you have to. You're not just gonna go to school and be a leader. You actually have to learn how to be one, make mistakes, and learn from those mistakes to become a better leader. And that's gonna take a process. You're not just gonna learn everything in one day. Then my second law is the law of sacrifice. And I know everybody has had to sacrifice something to do karate because, like in prep cycle, we had to sacrifice sometime on a Saturday to do it. But the motive.
1 minute.
Yes, sir. But to get your black belt, you have to make sacrifices. So, and also you had to sacrifice your weekend to do black belt test. You also had to sacrifice a bunch of time to do classes and do the weekend. So that's my second law. My third law is the law of victory. You have to find a way for your team to win. If one person on your team doesn't win, the whole team loses. You have to, if someone needs help, you have to help them because like I said, if one person loses, the whole team loses. That's what builds the group of people to become a better team, to learn from each other, and so that's my third law, the law of victory, and I hope you enjoyed.
Next person. Everyone stand up. Yes, sir. Grab one wrist, pull backwards. Don't pull it off your arm. And switch to the side. Some of y'all are double jointed, some of y'all are young. Most of us need this. Stretch the other way.
And other hand.
All right, shake it here. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm great. Okay, go into a nice deep front stance for me.
Yes, sir.
I don't want you working on your stance portion. I want you working on stretching out your calf muscle and your hip. So putting a hand right here and just kind of pushing forward. So next person, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Jaden Busselman, and the 3 laws I use most from the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership book is the law of the lid, the law of influence, and the law of respect. The law of influence, well, the law of the lid. I use the law of the lid a lot in martial arts. The law of the lid is when you're leading someone. You cannot teach the person you're leading more than you know, because in order for the person you're leading to grow, you have to grow too. I use the law of the lid in martial arts because for my first degree hero project, sometimes I would not quite remember all the curriculum, so I would have to go home and practice it until I could teach it. The law of influence. I use the law of influence a lot at school and in martial arts. The law of influence is if you don't have influence, you can't lead as well as you could if you had a lot of influence. I use the law of influence a lot at school because some people I know would swear, and I've influenced them not to swear as much as well as to stop swearing. I use the law of influence in karate because for my first degree hero project, again, even when the requirements were met, I still decided to keep leading the people I was leading. I influenced them to keep trying even when it got hard. The law of respect. I use the law of respect a lot at school, at home, and in martial arts. I use the law of respect at school because I respect my teachers for all the hard work they do. I use the law of respect at home because I respect my parents for all they help and support me with. And last but not least, I respect all the instructors at Ripple Effect for everybody they help and inspire. And these were my 3 laws I use most from the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership.
Froggy splits. Back to horse stance stretch. On this one, I want you moving a little bit.
Okay, hi, my name is Ashley Deakins, and I'm testing for my secondary black belt. So the 3 laws I'm doing are the law of the picture, the law of connection, and the law of navigation. The law of navigation talks about how you have to be ready for the situation before it happens, and you have to be prepared for the outcomes of it. So the next law I have is the law of the picture, which talks about kind of like setting a good example and showing others who tend to showing others the correct way to do stuff, because others tend to follow you. And the ways I can do that is in times I'm around younger kids, I can show people I know, maybe even people that I barely know, how to be a good leader to younger kids and how to act around, how to like include people and just how to be respectful. And that's my law of the picture. Now the last law I have is the law of connection. So the law of connection talks about how you have to get to know someone before you ask them to do a bunch of stuff. You have to do some stuff for them, and you have to just show them how like you're caring and kind. And times I've had to do that is where usually when I meet someone new, I don't ask them to help me with something as much as someone I probably know for multiple years or maybe even like multiple, yeah. And the law of connection basically talks about how you can't just ask some person you barely know to sacrifice and help you when you haven't shown them how much you care. And thanks for listening. This concludes my presentation.
Hello, I'm Dylan Cook, and I'll be talking
Relax for this one.
the laws of magnetism, connection, and sacrifice. For magnetism, it says that leaders will attract people who are similar to them. So if you want a good, solid, strong team, you have to feel good, solid, strong about the topic yourself, and you'll attract people who are similar. Have you noticed in places like schools or public areas where people have similar thoughts, reactions, and opinions towards certain things? They hang out and they usually become friends. That's because they are influenced by each other, and they know if they say something sensitive against a certain topic, they will most likely not offend each other or oppose each other. Second, the law of connection says that you must reach out to someone before you can ask for help in your own needs. If you force someone to do something against their will, they're going to do it without effort. They're not going to trust you. They're not going to think you're a good person. And most of all, they're just going to refuse the task overall. So you have to show them and you have to tell them that you care. And you have to go out of your way to be kind to them. And then after you've built a solid connection with solid trust and you can relate to that person, then you can ask for their help and they'll most likely do it without regret. Finally, the law of sacrifice. A leader has to give up to go up. This says that everything that advances you as a leader comes with a cost, and the cost will pay out later in life. This shows that this cost is important. And for example, like my 6-year karate test, my 6-year journey to second degree black belt has been, I've had to sacrifice time with friends, family, homework time, school time, and time overall. And it's all paid off, and I'm very proud of it. And so I'm here, and after all that, I'm very excited to I'm very close to achieving my goal of being a second degree, and that's why I'm here testing today.
We're gonna work on our arms for the next few. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
All right, whoever's next. Good. Starting off, crossing across the body here.
Hello, I'm Stacy Johns, and my 3 laws are the laws of the inner circle, the law of the picture, and the law of sacrifice. For the first law, the law of the inner circle, as you've heard today, the law of the inner circle means that you're basically only as strong as the people that you surround yourself with. And to me, this law couldn't be any more important as I use it every single day. I'm a physician, and every single day I tell my team that I am only as good as my staff. And it's so true, because if I don't have a phenomenal nurse, scribe, and front office, my day is terrible. And I truly am only as good as the people that help me. And for that fact, I see us all as a team, and I'm willing to help do any one task that any of us do, because all of us together are all striving for the same goal. And so as a leader, those that you surround yourself with represents how strong and how great you can be. So you truly are only as strong as your weakest link. My second law of leadership is the law of the picture. And I think any parent can relate to this law. This is the law that basically to me is a picture is worth 1,000 words, or people do what they see. And for any parent out there who has one day turned and seen their child do something that you say, whoa, where did that come from? And then you reflect and realize it was something that you yourself did, or you yourself saw or said, and you realize that your actions speak 1,000 times more than your words. And as a leader, this is probably, in my opinion, one of the most important laws, because as a leader, you need to demonstrate what you want your team to do and lead by your actions more so than your words. Because what you do and how you act and how you carry yourself has far more meaning than what you say. And your team sees that and follows in your actions. And it holds true in the parenting world, in the work world, and in the social world, and definitely in the martial arts world. My third law of leadership is the law of sacrifice. And not only does this mean that you need to sacrifice personal things like weekends for martial arts and decades in libraries to get my degree, but it also means that as you move up in the leadership role, you have to sacrifice your own personal needs for the betterment of the team and the betterment of who you're leading. Because as you increase in your leadership level, you are no longer responsible for yourself, but you are responsible for the whole team. And no longer is your personal desire and goals the most important thing, but rather the goals and well-being of the entire entity becomes the most important thing. So you as the leader, as you increase in responsibility and leadership, have much more responsibility to sacrifice your own personal needs and desires for those that you lead. And I also think between this and the picture, the law of the picture, that is truly what makes an excellent leader. And thank you very much.
More legs.
Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Naomi Stolze, and I'm testing for my second degree block. For my 21 laws of leadership report, I chose the law of sacrifice, the law of the big no, and the law of magnetism. I chose the law of sacrifice because I've been helping my dad out a lot, and I sacrificed my time and effort to do more of his classes so I can make sure he's doing good and he understands the curriculum. I also sacrificed my time at home to help him practice and get ready for tests and everything he needs help with. Next is the law of the big no. The law of the big no is having momentum to help you clear obstacles and your leadership path. If you have no momentum, clearing obstacles will be harder for you and your teammates will lose focus sometimes. If you have momentum, clearing obstacles will be easier, and if you keep going and going, the momentum will get stronger and you'll have a easier time. If you stop and give up, the momentum you have will stop and it's going to be a lot harder. Every leader needs momentum to help their peers and followers. Next is the law of magnetism. I chose the law of magnetism because I feel like this one is the most common with me at my house and my school and karate school. The law of magnetism is how you act is who you attract. If you act mean and unhappy all the time, most likely you're going to attract people who are mean and unhappy all the time. If you're happy, bright, and like to help others, you're going to attract people that help others and are happy and bright. If you want like happy people and like followers that help others, you have to act the way you want your followers to act. If you want to have a really mean group of followers, you should act mean. If you want to have a happy group and followers that help others and stay positive all the time, you want to act happy and help others and stay positive all the time. Those are my 3 laws of leadership.
All right. Who still has to go? Raise your hand real quick. Just making sure I know. All right, for the last few, you will be sitting. I want you to make sure that you don't just sit the whole time. Make sense?
Sure.
So those of you in the school, I need you to be extra careful with noise because I want to make sure that the person presenting is able to present well and not have us crowding out the noise. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
At home, you don't really need to think too much about noise because you're not going to interrupt the presenter because you're muted. But do take time to stand up, stay standing for a bit. If you need to do some more stretches, then do some more stretches. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
I would not recommend overstretching yourself. You do have to perform today.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Whoever's next.
Hi, my name is Bill Fisher. I'm going to talk about my 3 laws, which were navigation, empowerment, and big picture. From the first time we read this book in leadership class, my wife looked at me and said, yeah, your navigation, that's you, that's what you do. Anytime we have a goal, thing we're working towards, I will make sure I research it. I'll talk to people that have done it before. I'll know everything about it before we start it, make sure that we're moving forward in the right direction with it so that we succeed and we don't fail. And if we do, we learn from that too and move on and do it again. Next one, the law of empowerment. Secure leaders are able to give away their power. I do this at work all the time. I drive a fire engine. That's what I do. I'm good at it. I really enjoy it. I'm a senior driver, so I could drive whenever I want, but I give that power to the younger drivers that we have coming up. I let my seat go, let them sit up front let them gain that experience, that knowledge, help guide them along so that they can get better at it and be really good at it also. Hopefully someday better than I will be, which they will be. And my last one is the law of big picture. So again, people do what people see. And to me, that is the most important law out of all of them. You can say whatever you want, but unless you actually do it, demonstrate it, lead it, nobody's going to believe you, nobody's going to trust you. I also tie that in with empowerment because I'm hoping that as I move forward with driving, as these younger drivers come up, they will follow my example and do this forward. So those are my 3 laws: navigation, empowerment, and big picture. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gilbert Fisher, and I'm going to be talking to you about 3 laws I have shown or I am working on.
Instructor.
My first law is the law of the lid. It means leaders' ability determines a person's level of effectiveness. One way I have shown this is at karate. When I started karate, my lid level was low, and I've been working on raising it by attending belt classes, swatting classes, and joining competitions. These 3 things have helped me raise my lid in karate. My second law is the law of influence. It means the true measure of leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. One way I have shown this is at school. I influence my friend to get better grades by encouraging him, supporting him, and showing him how my hard work gets me my good grades. My third law is the law of process. It means leadership develops daily, not in a day. One way I have shown this is me and my sister have put in hard work to get the award most SWAT classes in 2017. Those are the 3 laws I have shown or I have made. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Barb Stock. I'm a second-degree candidate. And my 3 laws are the law of connection, the law of sacrifice, and the law of the picture. I use the law of connection when I work with my patients. I'm a home care nurse, and they graciously allow me to enter their home and talk about how they can still be independent there without moving from their home that they love. And the law of connection says that people don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. And so I try to show how much I care. I share about myself with them. We develop a rapport, and they trust me to advise them on how to stay independent in their house. My second law is the law of sacrifice. And as a parent, we all know how much we sacrifice. And I know we all know about how much we sacrifice time for karate, but being a mom, starting out being a mom at the age of 42 was not easy. And of course, I sacrificed sleep, of course, and time that I would rather spend doing something else. But of course, raising children is the reward for that sacrifice. The third is the law of the picture. And John Maxwell says, practice what you preach, which is what I try to do. I'm not perfect, but I did catch myself saying, do as I say and not as I do. As a parent, we all make mistakes, but I try to show them how to live a good life and rules and how choices they make now will affect their future. So I hope I succeed. And That's it. Thank you very much.
I'm not giving a presentation. Next. I'm just giving you a new audience because we've seen the same audience the whole time.
Hi, my name is Honey Fisher. The three laws I'm going to talk to you about today is the law of the lid, the law of magnetism, and the law of connection. For me, the law of the lid, Maxwell states that leader's ability determines the leader, a person's level of effectiveness. So for me, a good example is when my husband and I moved to the 3 acres that we live on now. And we have, I'm a city girl. I don't know anything about how it is to live on land or country living. But my husband has a lot of experience on both sides of his family. They were farmers and ranchers, so he at least had ideas of what that is about. So with hard work and determination, I was young and I was like, well, why not? Let's try it. So we learned a lot about raising animals, such as cows, pigs, ducks, and geese. And we've also raised a lot of gardens and also harvest fruit trees. And with all this, we've been able to be really blessed and be able to eat everything that we have harvested, anywhere from the meats, the eggs. And I've tried making butter. That was interesting. And then we've also made beverages such as like for adults and kids. So that was good. My second law is the law of magnetism. Who you are is who you attract. For me, I am a very positive person. And so I tend to attract people who are also positive like I am. And then my third law is the law of connection. I connect with people on a daily basis. I used to work at a front desk, and I would at a doctor's office, and people would walk in, and I would smile with them, make them feel welcome. And I would just make sure with my regular patients that come in that I would learn their names and call them by name the next time so that they feel welcome. And those are my 3 laws. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Fisher, and I'm a secondary candidate. And today I'm going to talk to you about 3 laws in my life. I'm the 21 irrefutable laws. They are the law of the lid, the law of process, and the law of picture. The law of the lid is basically whatever you know, you have to have like a certain amount of knowledge before you can teach to other people. And I've been working on like math and stuff. And I've been teaching my friends about it because they don't really understand sometimes, and I got to know a certain amount before I can teach them. Second is the law of process, which it's leadership develops daily, not in a day. My brother and I, we got nominated to join Black Belt Club as Gold Belts, and we also joined a competition team, which has really helped me with my techniques and being more confident. And when we first started doing competitions, I didn't win as often because I didn't know what the judges were expecting. So Mr. Lynch suggested that I ask the judges what they wanted to see and what kind of improve on. So I did that, and I started to win more often. But I still continued to ask what the favorite one because there's only 3. My third law is the law of the picture. I am not the most positive person. I see a lot of positive people out there, and I'm still working on becoming more positive because that's healthier for you and just overall good. I also had mostly B's in like 6th grade, and a lot of my friends had straight A's, so I wanted to become like them. I've been putting in the work, and I have straight A's for 2 years now. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kyle Deakins, and the three laws, I'm a second degree candidate, and the three laws I'm going to do is the law of process, the law of solid ground, and the law of
Repeat the first two laws.
Yeah. Ready? Ready? Later on. Is anyone else? There we go. All right.
Hi, my name is Maya Bose. For my three laws, I chose law of respect, law of influence, and law of victory. For law of respect, leaders who respect other people will gain respect from the people and make them lead better. For my second law of influence is really big for me because I was on demo team for 2 years, and we spent all those years training and getting better at stuff and going around to events, showing karate off and influencing people to start trying it and come out and try and do their best. So I think that's a big part of influence for me. And then law of victory, my third law, I chose law of victory because I like to win. Like everyone likes to win, but if you don't want to win, then you're not a leader and you're just there like wasting your time. Don't try. But if you want to try, people will respect you and do what you want or like what you're doing off the law of victory, because if you want to win, they'll want to win, so they're empowered. That's my three laws.
Very good. Anyone else? Just real quick, raise your hand if you still have to go. Okay, cool. All right, I need everyone online. Stand up fast. In the school too, stand up, stand up. All right, I need you to stay standing because I'm seeing some people starting to, the sleep's catching up with you guys a little bit, so, or the lack of. So stay up, please stay moving around. Just whatever you need to do to make sure that you stay awake. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
And that you're aware of what's going on, okay? Yes, sir. All right, whoever's next. Eeny, meeny, miny, go.
Hi, my name is Tyra Trujillo, and three laws that I chose are the law of influence, the law of magnetism, and the law of Big Mo. First law is the law of influence. In order to be a successful leader, you need to influence those around you. If I'm in class and sometimes there are people who struggle, whether it's curriculum, whether it's focus, I try to use influence to help them improve, whether it's their curriculum or their focus that needs improvement. Without influence, I feel that a leader cannot be able to truly impact people who are around them. Second law is the law of magnetism, which means who you are is who you attract. I am also not the most positive person out there. A lot of people know that. And I tend to attract people who are more like me. And in doing that, you are able to connect with them more. Without connection, leadership can feel a little distant than whether you can connect with your peers. The third law is the law of Big Mo. The law of Big Mo means you need leadership requires a certain amount of momentum to be effective. In class, I try to use momentum and the energy that comes with it to help raise student spirits and help them regain focus and help them want to be led in a situation like that. Without momentum, leadership can get dry and in some ways boring, and students do not want to be
lead if they don't want to be there. Those are my 3 laws. Thank you for listening.
Give him a round of applause. Excellent.
Hi, my name is Kyle Deacons, and my laws of leadership I'm going to do, although I did, is the law of process, the law of solid ground, and the law of sacrifice. So first, for the law of process, a big thing I was very excited and wanted to put a lot of work in this summer was for football training. So for like 2 months, I woke up at like 8 o'clock and I went outside and I did agility drills. I did like 500 stuff, and I worked on that at 8 o'clock, and then eventually my neighbors started doing it with me, and we started getting in the rhythm, and then I had where I could sleep in and like blow it off because I knew I would have someone at my door ready to do it with me. The second law I used was the law of solid ground, where you can, if you want to make there's so many plays that you can make. If you want to you can't make all the big plays, or to sacrifice, or to let other people make big plays if they have better positions in the game, or they haven't been recognized, and just to trust your team and to let they can help you. You don't have to do all the work. And then the third law I have was the law of sacrifice. It kind of tied in with me for the first law, the law of process, when obviously waking up, I tend to sleep in longer, and waking up 8 o'clock was kind of early for me, so I had to sacrifice some sleep and sacrifice doing other what I wanted to be doing football, because that was what mattered to me. Okay, those are all my 3 laws. Thank you for listening.
Hi, my name is Dave Deacons. I'm a candidate for 2nd degree black belt, and during this past year, I had the opportunity to work with a group of 12 and 13-year-old students. I'm not an educator by profession, but I was excited about this opportunity. And so some of the things that I wanted to accomplish working with these kids on academic subjects and general education was the law of addition. I really wanted this to be an improvement on their experience, not a detraction from their experience. And so I didn't want it to be TPS reports, a bunch of boxes that they had to check. I wanted to really find out how can I help them and meet them where they're at and help them grow through this whole thing. So part of that involved the law of connection, as others have mentioned. I wanted to know where are they really coming from. I had all variety of interests all over the map in terms of skills and abilities and struggles and strengths. And so I really wanted to know, what is it that you want to learn? What is it you want to do? What is going on in your family and what are things that you struggle with? And through that, I could tailor a lot of things that we talked about. So if we're talking about geography, I could say, I had a Star Wars fanatic. Star Wars was filmed in Tunisia, in North Africa. Or if we have, some kids that are really excited about math. I did have one. And we talk about, in China, there was a mathematician that learned how to calculate pi to an obscene number of digits with this formula that took him like 7 years to calculate. And imagine the dedication to be able to devote your life just to put more numbers on that page. And then I had some athletes and some folks that were interested in football. And so in physiology, we talk about Alex Smith and just that gruesome injury to his leg and just the whole process of how he struggled. And the doctors reconstructed, his leg, and he rehabilitated to the point where he could actually play in professional football games for a final season. And so just really bringing in those connections so that they could benefit and see how the stuff that we're learning really applies to the things they want to do in life. And then my final law was just the law of legacy, sort of what motivated me in all this. And I really wanted, I have a sense that I will not be here forever. And the world needs people that can lead, and they need people that understand what's going on, that can meet people where they're at, and then can bring them to a better place. And so I wanted to see, these kids are 12 and 13. They think they've already got it all figured out, but the world's a complex place. And so I wanted to introduce that. And we talked about a lot of heavy stuff. We talked about a lot of complicated stuff. But I wanted to bring that into their lives as they are growing and maturing and getting ready, where their time is going to come and they're going to be out in the world and they're going to be the ones that are going to have to pass on to their families, to their communities, to their workplaces, and even maybe to their countries. Some may be leaders in society and government, that they see the complexities, that they understand what's required to govern well and to lead well. And so I wanted to pass that on. When my time is done, I want them to come after me and take that place, making this a better place. So thank you. Those are my 3 laws of leadership.
Mr. Worth, sir.
Some of you may be looking at your watch and wondering, what do we do with the rest of this time? Or what is Mr. Worth thinking of having us do for the rest of this time? So, to earn a bit more time for breakfast, all you have to do is 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups. No, I'll change it. 50 crunches. I'll be nice. And 50 jumping jumps. Make sense? That's all you got to do. Get them done. Go.
I need to say again, sir. I couldn't hear you.
Now.
Sir.
No, sir.
I need to turn off my computer.
Give yourself and work. If you have to go to the bathroom, and then come back and work.
So what happens if you get done early?
Well, you guys had the opportunity for early breakfast, but I'm now thinking of taking that away.
Sir, I need to leave the meeting real quickly so that I can shut off my computer because it's messing up.
And do it. No, get it done. Get it done.
Stay muted. If there's a problem with your computer, you can chat with us to fix it. I'm not saying vocal chat. I'm saying chat. When you do finish up your exercises, please stick around so I can do some announcements, and then we'll see. He's just like, that's not.
Are they done already?
You guys don't get to go, so. All right, when you guys are finished, make sure that you're staying around so that I can tell you what's going on.
What's your questions on? Type in the chat. Type.
Got it. This is your final push. Keep it up. Good job. You're almost there. Thank you, Mr. Trenton. All right. When you're done, you can show me your bright, smiling face with 2 thumbs up. Good. See lots of smiling faces. Good, good, good. Good job, Evan. Keep it up. Oh, somebody brought their cat. Well, somebody knows the way to my heart. Cats.
Cat. Cat.
How are they doing, Mr. Worth?
It looks, exercise-wise, looks like everyone's done. Excellent. All right, give yourselves a round of applause. Okay. All right, so here's how this is going to work. Unless you change my mind in the next few minutes, you know how to change my mind. You get some extra time for breakfast. That being said, we will see you back for your celebration pod and one other celebration pod. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
By see you back, I mean see you here, near the Johnstown School. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll be spending some time outside. We'll be spending some time inside. Wherever we are near the Johnstown School, we want to see you here for your pod and one other pod. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Do show up a little early for your own pod. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Let's see, Miss Chrissy, is there anything I'm missing there?
That's wonderful, sir.
Excellent. All right. Enjoy your breakfast. You are dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you later.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye.
Nope, leave yourselves muted. Just leave.
Yeah. Keep it muted.
We love you guys. Just leave. Just leave.
Can we just turn my camera off?